Imagine trying to hide a mistake so small that no one else would have noticed. Yet in your desperate attempt to conceal it, you end up amplifying its significance. It's a situation most of us can relate to, a quiet panic that spirals out of control simply because we tried too hard to suppress something. This very act, ironically, brings a mistake to the forefront, shining a spotlight on what was once in the shadows. There's even a term for this phenomenon, one tied to a name you've likely heard before: the Streisand Effect. In 2003, singer Barbra Streisand inadvertently became the poster child for this effect when she tried to suppress an innocuous photograph. The image, part of a California project documenting coastal erosion, featured her cliffside mansion. Unhappy with the perceived invasion of privacy, she sued to have it removed. Before her lawsuit, the photo was an obscure entry among 12,000 others. But the moment she took legal action, headlines exploded, and the photo became infamous. What might have remained unnoticed was now under the scrutiny of millions. This phenomenon isn't just confined to celebrities or lawsuits. It creeps into everyday life, quietly lurking in the corners of our own decisions. Think about it. Have you ever told a small lie to cover up a minor error, only for that fib to backfire? Perhaps you stayed late at work to avoid bringing your stress home, but instead of being upfront about needing space, you claimed you were bogged down with extra tasks. It might seem trivial at first, but those tiny untruths have a way of piling up. What starts as an attempt to avoid discomfort often grows into something far more cumbersome to carry. The weight of these half-truths can linger, nagging at your conscience during quiet moments. Even when the lie feels insignificant, its presence can erode trust, not just from others, but within yourself. Mistakes happen. They're a natural part of being human. But it's how we handle them that defines us. Courage, in this context, is more than just a noble ideal. It's an essential tool. Owning up to your missteps may feel intimidating in the moment, but the relief and respect it garners are worth far more than the fleeting comfort of avoidance. Honesty strips a mistake of its power. By acknowledging it, you take control of the narrative before it has a chance to spiral. Yet for some, the prospect of being truthful feels more terrifying than the eventual fallout of deceit. If this resonates with you, it's worth pausing to reflect. What drives that fear? Is it a worry that your vulnerability might lead to rejection? Perhaps a past experience taught you to associate mistakes with shame or punishment. Or maybe you've seen others manipulate situations to maintain control and adopted that behavior as a misguided defense mechanism. These tendencies don't emerge in a vacuum. They're often shaped by our experiences with authority figures, whether parents, partners, or mentors. Coping mechanisms designed to protect us in one chapter of life can become detrimental in another. Over time, the energy spent maintaining these facades takes a toll, emotionally, mentally, and even physically. The antidote is rooted in courage and self-awareness. Facing your fears and taking accountability won't erase the discomfort, but it will free you from the exhausting burden of pretense. This isn't about perfection or pretending everything is fine. It's about learning to coexist with imperfection and finding strength in vulnerability. You don't have to bear the weight of shame alone. Mistakes are inevitable, stress is unavoidable, and sadness is part of the human condition. But these aren't signs of weakness. They're opportunities to grow, to connect, and to understand yourself more deeply. The next time you feel the pull to cover something up, consider the cost. Ask yourself if it's worth the strain on your energy, your relationships, or your peace of mind. This journey won't always be easy, but every step toward honesty is a step toward freedom. You're capable of facing the truth, no matter how daunting it seems. And when you do, you'll find that what once felt overwhelming loses its grip. Trust yourself to rise above the fear, because you've got everything you need to rewrite the story.